Namaste, Chrissy Marcus. We are going to be working on handstands today and preparations for handstands. So the fun thing about arm balances is you're going to integrate your core strength, definitely upper body strength. Those of you that do not have a handstand practice, not to worry, I'll give you lots and lots of options. So let's start just by warming up our whole body with a sun salute A and B. So we'll come up to the top of the mat. Sun salute A, deep inhale. Feel the shoulder blades gliding on your back. Exhale, fold. From here you can always modify by bringing your knees down, lower in one piece as you breathe out. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Back up in one piece. And we'll hold downward dog for 3 breaths. Downward dog is a great preparation for all arm balances. So really open up the palms, spread out your fingers. Try reaching the ears between the upper arms, reaching the chest back. After your 3rd breath out, we'll step up. Head right into our B. Chair pose. Again, trying to reach those upper arms back. Open your chest. And step or hop back. Plank to hover. Inhale, upward dog. And we'll step our right foot up. Second side. And again, a couple of breaths here. You could always take a pause in half dog or child's pose. And then either step or hop up. So now we're nice and warm. Take your time to go get a chair. We'll be using the chair for handstands. So I'm going to take my chair. And first we're just going to stretch out the shoulders. So I'm going to kneel in front of the chair. Bring the elbows to the seat. Walk your knees back and see if you can let your head and chest come through. This is a nice stretch for your triceps. Definitely feeling that upper back bend. Opening the chest. And taking a few breaths here. You can also extend the arms and come more forward. And those of you with wrist issues, your chair is really helpful for working on that handstand practice without flexing the wrist. So downward dog or half dog can be done on the chair. And we'll go ahead and come up. So we'll use our chair in a little bit. Let's talk about our first arm balance. We're going to start in crow pose. So crow is an excellent strengthener for the core. I'm going to use a block. You could use a little stack of books if you don't have a block, as well as a strap. So this is just your average belt here. You want to measure shoulder width with your strap. So again, a strap and a chair is all you really need for this practice today, but if you would like to grab a block to have that handy, that'll help too. We're going to take our strap and loop it around the upper arms. Strap is optional. If you have a strong crow pose, you don't need to use the strap at all. But we're going to start in forearm plank. So coming down to the mat, elbows are lined up under the shoulders. I'm going to walk back. You could do half with one knee down or full forearm plank. Awesome pose for the core, hugging those outer arms in. This is easy for you, try lifting a leg up. Just a couple breaths on each side. Feeling that power in the upper body. So we're going to come down, take a rest in child's pose. So if you enjoyed that forearm plank, you can bring up the intensity a little bit and work on Pinchamayurasana. So planting the forearms, again, spreading out all 10 fingers, will come up into that downward dog shape. And if you have the space, reach the heels for the mat or walk a little closer. Really feeling those shoulders. So this is a fun place to practice. If you want to add some push-ups here, try pressing down through both hands, lifting up both forearms at the same time. And that's a nice strong practice. Again, resting. Either in child's pose, or you can take your strap off at this point. Bring the arms back by the feet. So I like to work on strengthening but also stretching your upper back. So we're going to take hare pose. Find the heels, tuck your chin under and come way up on top of the back of the crown of the head. Pulling that upper back. And then we'll release. So now we're feeling that space in the upper back then. Hugging the outer arms in, we're ready to look at our crow shape. So if you found that strap helpful, put the strap back on right above the elbows to hold the arms in place for crow. That's your support. I'm going to take it off so you can see a little easier. I'll start by standing on the block. So I'm going to come up into a squat here. My knees are going to come up towards the armpits, lining up those wrists right under shoulders. Hug the elbows together as you glide forward, maybe lifting up one or both feet. And we'll release and come down to rest. Swirling out the wrists. Okay, so crow pose is an exciting practice to try. Some of us enjoy side crow, so just for fun, let's try coming up onto the balls of the feet, walking yourself as far around to the side as you can, trying to bring that opposite elbow to the upper thigh. So I'm going to place my hands, maybe lift up, just test the weight a little bit, or come all the way up into your side crow. So there's no weight on this other arm, really trying to hug it in. Second side. Parsvabhakasana. Lifting up. And just testing the power in the arms. So that's a fun preparation for our handstand where we also need to hug the arms in. So we have a chair. If you feel like an adventure today, we're going to look at handstand. So let's start by coming into downward dog. And I have my chair set up so it's not going to move. The two legs are on the mat. I'm going to take one leg up to the seat of the chair and just test the arm strength here. You can always come right down. If that feels even and stable for you, line up your shoulders right over your wrists. Bring both feet up to the seat. And I like to look forward. It helps the balance. If you're feeling stable, you could take a leg up. Practicing your handstand. And then you know you can safely come down, rest in child's pose. And a lot of you are familiar with handstand practice. We do handstand hops. That's a fun one. So maybe taking no chair here, one leg up, doing some little hops. You could hitch kick the legs. If you're near a wall, you could use your wall too to help bring those hips over the shoulders. Really lifting up through your root. So those are different ways to set up for your handstand. So I'm going to release, move our props out of the way. Let's stretch out the shoulders after all that. Dolphin pose is an awesome pose with no strain on the wrist. You can always come back to your strap here too. Opening and releasing the chest. Dolphin. Thread the needle pose opens the shoulders. Just really feeling those shoulder blades glide around on your back. Maybe trying for one more hop up, feet to hands. So, arm balances, keep your playful, curious minds and sense of wonder. We're gonna close with a few gentle restorative poses. So I'm taking Gomukhasana, crossing my left leg on top of the right arm up. If you have a strap, you can use that here. Reach behind you. You can breathe, settling the energy, opening the hips and shoulders. This is easy for you, come forward. And then I'm sure you felt your core muscles charge up in our arm balance practice. Boat pose is a great place to feel that lift in the lower back and core. And we'll change sides. So this time, left arm up, right leg on top. Breathing. Stay as long as you'd like in any of these softer shapes to really release the shoulders. So we're going to start moving down to our rest. So Garudasana arms are a nice shoulder opener. Always balancing our effort with ease in yoga. Come on down to the mat. So I'm just going to demonstrate one more stretch here and then you can come into our Shavasana or go do the warm-up or cool down video. So laying on your back, we're going to bring that right arm behind, touching the space between the shoulder blades. And just see how it feels to lay on your arm with the knees bent. That feels pretty good. We'll add that Gomukhasana left arm. Reaching behind, trying to keep the palm flat. We'll lay on the arms. If you want to take an inversion, you could come up into bridge or extend the legs all the way out. And I suggest at least a minute on each side. To come out, you just simply roll over to that high arm side and change. So you can see on this side, palms flat. Great pose for the wrist here. And then when you're ready, you're already down here for your rest. So we'll roll out. Swirl the wrist. Take any gentle shape that would feel good. Maybe adding a little twist, especially if you did bridge pose.